Hey guys, welcome to an episode of Big Muddy Catfishing on how to make a bait tank for your bait fish. First of all, I'll go to Walmart, grab yourself a Brute trash can, $29.74. Here at my particular Walmart, it's 32 gallon Brute trash can, and I'm gonna show you what else you need. Give me 2 seconds and we'll check it out. And here we are in the fishing section, or the fish section. Typically for the Brute trash can, you're probably going to need a 20 to 40 gallon tank filter. And that's $34.42 here at Walmart. And then what else I get is this Jungle Starlight brand. I use that to get the water started, your maintenance kit. All these things you can find in Walmart section. And here's the aerator, the air pumps that I use. I buy 2 of these, so those are $21.82 a piece. Or you can go with a smaller version if you're going to use like a tote, smaller tote from Walmart. Those also work too. Remember, you need at least 1 or 2 of these air pumps and 1 of these filters for $34.42, or you can get the bigger one, $38.42. I'm not using that one yet, but I will upgrade soon. And that's usually my setup. I like to get some of these cords for tubing. As you can see, you got 188 or 312. And that's some of your other options if you want to add stuff to your bait tank, you want to keep temperature gauge. There you go. And then your bubble stones. The bubble stones that I use are these. I like to use these in both my mobile bait tank and my home bait tank. You see, these also don't cost very much. For the size I have, I pay for it's $178 or $277 for the longer ones. And we'll continue this in a moment. Okay guys, welcome back. We're at home now, so I'm going to show you how to this do-it-yourself video for your bait tank. As you can see, I already got one already started. 32 gallon Brute, like I said, at the top. I took and I cut it, so I got the lid. I can take my scoop down in there and get fish out. I cut a hole in the back. As you can see, if you look back here, I cut a square in the back, so my water is being filtered and is dropping back down in there. Pretty simple. I did that with a knife, nothing, no hard techniques. You don't need a lot of money to make this. What I'm doing here, like I said, you get your aerators from Walmart. It runs for 20 to 40 gallons. That's a Whisper aerator. Now what I'm doing over here is, as you can see, I cut a hole here, a hole here. I know it looks kind of rickety, but you know, I'm just throwing these together. And I run my tubing down the side of these holes. Then I connect my tubing to the air stones. Now I thought about Gorilla gluing these air stones down to the bottom, but should one of these break, I don't want to have to peel these back up, so I'm probably not going to do that right now. but that way to keep everything kind of fluent and flush. Now, also what I'm going to show you before I fill this tank up, over here, I got 2 other bait buckets. This is my bait bucket that I use when I go fishing for bait. I carry this around. You see I run a bubble box. I got a hole cut in the top. As you can see, I took 2 slices and put them in the bucket so I can run this into the back so it snaps and it holds. I don't have to worry about it coming off. And I got a light for the dark so I can also see while I'm walking. Helps have an extra light when I'm on my way fishing. This particular tank I use, this one I keep in the back of the van at all times when I fish. It never comes out. I don't move it around. As you can see, it's got a handle. It's missing its handle, but it keeps the water cold. Plus, I'm also running a aerator in this. I can hold bluegills into my car, so when I go out bank poling or fishing, I can take several bluegill in a bucket and take it with me. Typically, I'm not too far from the car if I'm bait fishing, so I can keep this in because the water in this always gets hot after a while. So, you know, eventually you have to do water changes and all that. Well, I have this that's always got cold water, and I hold the bluegills in here, so I don't have to hold so many in this. So that way I can just go back to the car and get more bait when I need it. And this will always stay cold. I've held bluegill in here for at least 48, 72 hours. So I know they're always good. So like I said, this will go in the back of the van tonight. Now we'll come back to here. Now what I gotta do is I'm gonna fill this up with water. Put my hose down in there. Now fill this up. Now what I use in here is this Jungle Start Right. It conditions your water, cleans out all the chlorine, all that nasty crap that the fish don't like. As you can see on there, it says use 1 capful for every 10 gallons. So this is the 32-gallon tank. So I run about 3.5 capfuls of that. It doesn't take very long for this to be ready to hold fish. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill this up, and then I'm going to move. I already have bait in here. I'm going to move the bait from here to here for now so I can clean out this tank, because this tank is dirty. I haven't cleaned it out for a few days. And I can always just move the filter over and use the top over here. That's my extra bait tank back there. Actually, right now I'm using it for holding my poles because I don't need more than 2 at the moment. I can hold a decent sized catfish or 2 in these tanks and keep them alive for at least 2 to 3 days. I've done it, so I don't have to clean them right away. Or if I catch a big one, I can hold one in here to show you the video during the day, and then that way we can still catch and release. So we're going to fill this up, and then we're going to put some of this in here, and then I'll let y'all see me transfer the bait from here to here. Okay guys, here we go. We got it filled up, so we're going to give it 3 capfuls and a half. There's 3. There's a half. Sometimes I do full, just for good measure. Now I always like to give that a second. Now I'm going to go over here and do the same thing to my bait bucket, because I will be using that tonight. Get that started. I turn the aerator on. That way I get this stuff working pretty quick. And then we let that, typically, sometimes for these buckets I do use these little tablets, Jungle Start tablets. So like I said, simple process. I can lift this out, move this over. Make sure it's sitting nice and fit. And as you can see, the lid still works over here. Still sits. Pull the top. Now, as you can see, I've been running this water for about a week now. It's kind of dirty, not too bad, but you know, bluegill, I like to have them active when I go fishing, so I make sure they're in good water. Let's see if I can get some of these out and transport it. We might have to make this a little easier. I definitely don't want to get shocked. There's quite a few bluegill in here. As you can see, this is what size baits I use. We've got a few small ones in there, but typically they're pretty big. We're looking for, like I said, we're looking for them monster flatties. Blues also like these baits. I may have to use a bigger net now. There's quite a few of these bluegill in here. I never actually took the time to count them and see how many there were. I just go out and catch them. And I'm pretty efficient at that. See, I had those two aerators. I run a big one and a little one, just like this tank. Bluegill are quick. They do not like this process, that's for sure. Alright guys, I think that's about it for the bluegill. I think I got a few more in here, but gotta catch them all. But thanks for watching this episode of Big Muddy Catfishing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And check me out later and see if I catch anything tonight. Y'all have a good night.